This is Luke's Dreamworld, Relax Sunday, Part 61.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today you can watch all the episodes of Luke's Dreamworld Part 61. I hope you enjoy them.
This is Luke's Dreamworld, Brain Food Monday, Part 61.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Benjamin Franklin. Tell me and I will forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I will learn. Well, this is what I try to do, and this is why I call this topic Learning from Ben, because I try to learn to create music in a specific way. Sometimes I really appreciate the way that people are producing music. For example, Ben Böhmer, he is producing a kind of deep house. And I really like the style. So what I do, I watched some videos to see how he is producing his music. And I learn from it. And I don't only learn by looking at the video, but I also try to reproduce the music. And that's why I get involved and I really learn how to create the music that I would like to create. I give you another example. It's from another band from England with a nice English accent, and he's telling me about Lane 8, a kind of a group I also really appreciate because of the style. And he told me how they were using their instruments and, for example, how they use filters and sounds. And I was able to create some sounds from scratch on a virtual instrument, but not with presets, just from the initial sound. And I was able to create a nice arpeggiator and some other kinds of sounds, a bass sound and some drums even. And I was able to create a Lane 8 like sound, and I don't want to copy it, I just want to learn from it, see how they are doing it and see if I can learn from it and recreate the sound, but in my own way. And that's what I'm doing, and this is how I'm learning from Ben, and I really appreciate it. And I also learned to use some samples, but I will tell you about it tomorrow on the Positive Tuesday. See you there. Bye.
This is Luke's Dreamworld, Positive Tuesday, Part 61.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Walt Disney. We keep moving forwards, opening new doors because we are curious. And curiosity leads to new paths. And I told you yesterday about learning from Ben, and I learned to use some samples. And I always thought, well, samples, that's not something that I should use. I will explain what a sample is. A sample is a sound that's recorded, for example, a kick drum, and you can reuse it. And it seemed that I was already using them because I use, for example, Battery 4 to create my drums. And Battery 4 works with samples. And there are also some virtual instruments I use, they work with samples. I didn't know it, but now I know, and now I also know how to recreate those sounds because I've seen Ben working with some of the samples, and it was great. He just used a little part of it, or he used some effects on it, and he recreated it, so he created his own sounds with those samples. And I told you, creating my music is a learning process still, and I really appreciate to go new paths for sure. And now I try to use samples a bit more. For example, I use samples like a top loop, which has kind of hi-hat sounds, and I try to EQ them and put some reverb on it, and then it may sound like I want it to sound. So this is a way to create my own sounds as well. What I do right now is I'm recreating a track. I told you about the new track I have, Dance Around the World. And what I'm doing is I'm creating 3 different remixes. I took the tracks I had, for example, the Boomer track, and I had the Motto from Tiesto, the remix, and I told you I can use it in a different way, and now I'm going to use it as a remix because I've changed the keys and I've created some instrumental versions. I will create 3 versions of Dance Around the World, and they all sound different. And that's challenging to me, and it's kind of a new path about learning how to create music, sometimes with samples and sometimes just with some sounds and sometimes with some creativity. And that's what I really enjoy. I don't know when the remixes are going to be released, but I will let you know. Well, this was my Positive Tuesday. I hope to see you tomorrow on the Inspirational Wednesday. See you there. Bye.
This is Luke's Dreamworld, Inspiration Wednesday, Part 61.
Hey everybody and welcome back. I will start with a quote from Germany, Kent. Immerse yourself in a cause you are passionate about. What I did was I volunteered at a freedom festival. It was about a week of work. And I really enjoyed it because it was a look behind the screens of a festival. I was working, it was an easy job at the desk, and I was telling volunteers what they could do. And I had a laptop and I could see everything what was going on. And I've learned from it. What my thought was, well, I need to learn some people and see if I can broaden my network and see if I can promote myself as Luke Dreamhood as well. Well, I have to tell that wasn't the primary thing, and I didn't promote myself that well, probably, because it was about the job as well. And I have worked at festivals before. I have been working, for example, at Dance Valley. It's a festival, a music festival in Holland. And I was doing some VJ work and involved in building the video walls. And I really appreciate it because you have a different kind of view on what's going on. You are backstage. Although some people think backstage is very interesting, well, I think sometimes it's a bit boring. But if you have a job, you have something to do, I always appreciate it. So I wouldn't go to a festival that fast because it's crowdy and it depends on the music. But being involved in something, that's where my passion is. So that's why I volunteered on this festival for a full week. There was just one festival day, but I also had the aftermath and the preparation, and I could see how the stages were built and how fences were put on and how things worked with accreditation as well. You get a kind of a band on your wrist at the day, and then you can be on all area or backstage or as a crew member. And I know how it works. And like I told you, it was very interesting. And maybe I can do some more volunteer work, but I will tell you about it tomorrow because I've been on a musician day and I had some insights. So I hope to see you tomorrow on the Life Hack Thursday. See you there. Bye.
This is Luke's Dreamworld, Life Hack Thursday, Part 61.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Amit Kalantri. Music shouldn't be just a tune, it should be a touch. Well, I told you about my music, the music I created. I told you yesterday about some volunteer work, and I went to a musician's day in Amsterdam. And it was very interesting because I've learned some things. One of the things is, for example, how to get your music on radio. Well, it's hard because just a few tracks are selected to be on the radio. They have a A list and a B list and a C list, and the A list contains just about some 20 numbers, and they will repeat those numbers. So it's important to get on the A list, but how do you do it? Well, this is not really a secret, but it's about publishing, about pushing it, about management, about marketing, and about plugging. A plugger is someone who is selling your track for those radio stations, and some artists can't afford them. So one of the artists I've heard of, she just had contact with a DJ, and she asked if he could plug her music, and he did for just some chocolate. So she became noticed and heard on the radio. And that's what you need sometimes. You need some connections. That's why I try to get my music on the radio. But it will be hard because there are a lot of people trying to get on the radio and produce music. So I still work on it, but I also learned something else. And that was maybe a bit more important. And that's you should get known by your local culture. You could think about getting known worldly, but start it in your own town. So that's what I'm gonna do. I told you yesterday about volunteer work, and I'm gonna do some more volunteer work at a venue that's programming music. I will be a volunteer backstage, because then I can work, but also meet some new people involved in music. And maybe, I'm not sure, promote myself a little bit. I told you about, for example, the Spotify Dreamhood dance grooves. And I'm talking to a venue right now to see if I can do some evenings, a few a year. And I told you I tried it before, but I still try, and I send an email and I contact the person, and I have to see if she's gonna react or not. And I still gonna try to push it, because then I can promote myself, and that's very important. And I try to promote myself locally, because that's important as well. First get known locally, and then you can expand it. So that's what I'm going to try. That's why I'm going to do some volunteer work for fun as well. And I can meet some people, but also hear a lot of music there. And I think that's important as well. They have a production house, so I can about electronic music. Maybe I can meet a bit of more people producing music. Who knows? I'm just gonna try and keep on going, and that's what I learned from this musician day. Okay, well, this was my life hack for today, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Healthy Friday. See you there. Bye.
This is Luke's Dreamworld. Healthy Friday, part 61.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Sylvia Plath. If you expect nothing from somebody, you never will be disappointed. I talk about expectations today. I'm reading a book about rational emotional behavior therapy. It's called a 3-minute therapy, and it's about how you can live your life, and it's about your thinking, about your thoughts, and how you can control them. I'm not sure if it works because I'm just reading the book and I don't know how scientifically proven this method is, so I would like to research that also. But I can talk about expectations because I always find that when I have expectations, I can be disappointed because I expect something, I expect a result, and I better should leave it open. For example, with the project, I have some expectations about what I want, and I guess that's okay, but I have to see if it really gonna be have results, for example, because I don't know yet. I'm just trying it. It's a process of trial and error, and I create music and I create songs and I release them and I promote them, and then I see if people want to listen to them. Sometimes I get disappointed as well because, for example, I post some messages on Facebook, on some groups, and I can tell it doesn't work. So probably I had expectation that if I post something in the groups with thousands of people, a lot of people would watch the videos. But it isn't true. It isn't working that way. So I have to keep my expectations low and see what will work. And until now, I have to admit, there's not much that's working right now except for the way I am doing. Because I'm working on my vlogs, I'm working on my tracks, and I'm working on the releases. I'm working on remixes, and that's what I do. But I shouldn't have any expectations, and that's a bit hard as well. Well, tomorrow I will talk a bit further about this topic on the Inside Saturday, and I will tell about honesty. Hope to see you there. Bye.
This is Luke's Dreamworld. Inside Saturday, part 61.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I will start with a quote from Oscar Wilde. Be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. Yesterday I talked about expectations, and today I would like to talk about honesty. The honesty especially about myself. I have to be very honest to myself if I want to get some results. I could brag about, for example, I have released a track, but if I'm honest and look at it, I see that just a few people have listened to it, so it's nothing. I want a kind of a million people to listen to the track, and then I will be satisfied, and not yet. So this is a kind of honesty I really need. I know that I have to be honest to myself especially, and honest to the results, and see what's working and what isn't working. Sometimes I told you about being a volunteer this week, and I got a mail, and or I didn't get any answers, so I sent a mail back, and then I got a mail, and she said, oh, I've overlooked the mail, and I have CC'd it to the right persons, and she will contact you. But I didn't see a CC in the mail, so I don't want to push it, but I told her, I'm sorry, it's not a problem, but I don't see a CC in the mail, so I would like to get in contact with that person, and hopefully you can help me. This is something that is working. It's a kind of honesty as well, because I look at a situation and I see something didn't work. So and I tell you, I don't want to push myself too much to others, but I have to be honest. I want to be a volunteer, and I see the process isn't working, so I have to act. And I guess that's a kind of honesty as well. And I told you, I try to be as honest as possible, especially to myself and to the process and how things are going, because I guess and I hope this is a way it will work. Progress is going slow, and I have to be honest with you, I'm not sure if this project is gonna be a success or not. I have to see, I have to try, I have to go on, and it's a process of trial and error, and it will take some years for sure. Well, this was my Insight Saturday for today, and I hope to see you tomorrow on the Relaxed Sunday. See you there. Bye.
This is Luke's Dreamworld. Relax Sunday. Part 61.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed part 61 of Luke's Dreamworld, and I will end with a quote. Keep your best wishes close to your heart and watch what's happened. It's a quote from Tony DeLiso. Well, I hope to see you next week in Luke's Dreamworld part 62. Hope to see you there. Bye.